I think we're live streaming. If you can see me and hear the screen, please let me know. And I need to make sure we can get our special guest on here. So just bear with me a minute. And we'll get rocking and rolling. But in the meantime, please let me know. Can you hear me and can you see me? Give me a big thumbs up. Or even the old heart. And let us know where you're listening in from. This is Matchmaker Mondays. Matchmaker Mondays is what we're calling these. So we're going to be a real estate matchmaker, and we've got a guest that will be joining us, which should be fun and interesting. I do have some notes for today as well that we'll certainly share once we're done. In fact, let me see. Are we streaming it? Oh, it's working. It looks like it's working. So I'm going to share the notes, the Google Doc, and I'm going to share that in the. Now I have to put it as a comment. I think. I don't think I can edit the description. So just bear with me a little bit. Let us know in the comments. Did you have a good weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Was there anything fun or interesting that you were able to make happen this weekend? So here's what we're going to do today. And by the way, I'm using something new here again. Hopefully it works and holds strong for us. We're going to have a special guest come on and join me in a minute. Now, this fella had commented, I think he commented on a, excuse me, he commented on a video that I posted in LinkedIn, I think. And it was maybe about taking action. I don't remember what the content of that video was, but he commented, kind of looking for help. He's been stuck. He's been at the same production level for a number of years, primarily generating business from his sphere of influence and referrals. And so this ties in perfectly to the Matchmaker Monday concept. And so I invited him to come on. Now, I've got in the notes, which, by the way, it looks like Abraham might be joining us. Oh, did I lose you? Oh, there you are. Hey, there he is. Can you hear me? No. I can't hear you. It says you're connected. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. How about now?
Excellent.
Oh, there you are.
Mr. Schoenly, how are you today?
All right, sir? I'm great. I was just introducing you a little bit and setting this up. So we're calling these Matchmaker Mondays. And what I was saying was that you had responded to or commented on a video. Right. And through our conversation, it came up that you're getting frustrated because you're kind of stuck at the same production level. Mm-hmm. And that most, if not all, of your business is coming from referral and sphere of influence. Is that?
That is correct.
That's accurate. Okay, great. And so what I wanted to do here today is talk through that a little bit and brainstorm ways that we can maybe, even without adding any additional resources, or I'm sorry, sources of business, how can we get more out of that existing sphere and referral base by getting more strategic and not by simply hounding them more, right? Not badgering right into giving you more business, but how can we do it strategically in a way that serves them and ultimately serves you? So I'll have some thoughts and ideas, but also if you're listening as we're going through this, please comment, and I'm going to do my best to monitor the comments as well. If you have any thoughts or ideas for additional help and support, around this topic. So maybe let's start by, and I'm just bringing this up so I can monitor the comments. So you are in what part of the world? You don't have to say.
I'm in Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, that's right. Boulder, Colorado. Okay. And you've been selling real estate for how long?
Since I got licensed 2 months before the crash, so 07.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I think you had mentioned you've been just below 100,000 in gross production and
Right.
kind of been plateaued there. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I stuck there about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's mostly just been, like I was saying, just mostly referral and SOI based business. No like active, like
okay.
beating on doors or anything type thing.
Yeah. Okay. And so what are you doing currently with your sphere and past clients? Internet connection unstable. Hold on.
No, I hear you. It's just, it's too many
Okay. You can
people.
still hear me?
Oh yeah. My kids are probably up on Zoom
Okay.
too for school. So it's like in and out.
Yeah, I know. And ours as well. This is the first day of official online homeschooling in our house. So it's been a little crazy. So what are you doing currently with your sphere and past clients to encourage them to send you business?
Mostly just keeping in touch. I'll send them, depending on what they do in life. I have like a friend who's in the orchestra, a client who's like the head orchestra of the Boulder Chamber of Commerce. I'll go to his concerts and I'll make sure that, kind of keep on top of mind stuff. But as far as like client parties or anything, no, not necessarily. It's just, kind of like, at least once a month or once every other month, I'll make sure just to say hello or, check in with the family, that type of stuff. Honestly, I don't have a newsletter. I was just thinking that the other day.
Okay.
I don't know.
And so when
I guess I just never.
When you say once every month or two, just kind of keeping in touch, calling them, texting them, emailing them, Facebook.
Yeah. Or meeting up somewhere. Yeah, either
Okay.
texting, calling, making some comments on their Facebook page or something, and then saying, "Hey, you want to go grab a cup of coffee?" Just trying to keep, who I am and what I can do for them, kind of thing, in their mind.
Okay. And do you currently have them in a database of any kind, or like in even a spreadsheet with the info?
Honestly, no.
Okay, so that would be action item number one. Would be, and I can show you it's the format that I use with it, but that would be action item number one. And we actually talked about this last Monday, and I've included in this doc, which Abraham I'll share with you obviously as well. I did share it in the comments of the live video from last week, and we had some technical difficulties, so it ended up being in several different videos. But the main point of that, the main action item from that was A, get that list into a spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
And then B, what I showed last week was getting them onto a Google map. So actually taking that list and uploading it as a map so you can go in and see strategically where those people are in your geographic area. And one of the ways that you can orchestrate referrals is if you're working with a client in that area of Boulder, let's say, who's looking to buy, you can reach out to those in your sphere, not to see if they want to sell, but to say, hey, I'm working with this lovely couple who is looking to move into X neighborhood or X school district, whatever the scenario may be. Have you heard anyone thinking about selling?
Mm-hmm.
Or have you heard anyone talking about selling? And that's a conversation that anytime that's happening, like you can legitimately have a reason to reach out to them through whatever modality makes sense, right? Now that example though is is limited to you being, you having someone that you're working with that would facilitate that conversation. Nonetheless, having that, A, creating a spreadsheet, a database with that information, and then B, putting that onto a Google map is extremely valuable. It's an extremely valuable asset for your business. It makes something that currently is intangible in a lot of ways, right? You're just going from memory, and maybe you see somebody on Facebook and it kind of rings a bell. Oh, I should reach out. But once we get it on paper like that, and by paper, I don't mean actual paper, but once you have it in a physical form of some kind, it becomes a tangible asset for your business. And step one of that is the spreadsheet, right? So building a spreadsheet.
Yeah, it would help you to be less reactive. I seem to be, I can be really reactive when it comes with business. Oh, business.
Yep. Right. Upload and create a Google map with the data. See videos below. So you mentioned that you're not even sending them a newsletter or anything. One resource that I'll recommend that I'm doing with my top 150, which is, or sphere of influence, whatever list, I'm calling it a top 150 because that's what Dean Jackson refers to it as, and I'm a big Dean Jackson fan. And so Dean has something that he calls the world's most interesting postcard. And it's a postcard that you can send to your sphere of influence every month that is new and interesting every month. And in fact, I think I have an example of it somewhere here. But the point being, it helps you stay top of mind. Where is it? But it's not, it's not a full newsletter. It's not something that's really complicated. In fact, it's not something you have to do much of anything with. This is what it looks like. It's a slightly oversized postcard, and he creates the postcard. All you have to do is tweak. You basically, all you have to do is customize the back. Customize the back, and you have to have the list, right? You have to have your list.
What is going on?
And that is something that he includes with his GoGo clients service.
I've seen his GoGo client thing.
Yeah, and so that platform, it's like $80 a month, and it's a full-on CRM and all of that stuff, which is great. I don't use it for any of that. I literally primarily use it just so I can have access to that world's most interesting postcard, because sending that out, I have gotten in a very short window of time. I've only sent them out. I've sent them out for, I don't know if I've sent 5 or 6 of them so far, for 5 or 6 months. That it's really starting to snowball, where even if it's not directly because of that people are reaching out to me, it's like another touch point that just keeps you fresh in their mind. And it's like insurance against them inadvertently referring business somewhere else. And on top of that, on the back, you can leverage for strategic referrals where you're not asking them for business directly. You're telling a little story, kind of like what I already said. So the one that I pulled out, the little blurb here says, I'm working with a wonderful couple, Griva and Akshat, looking for a 3 or 4 bedroom in CV or Mechanicsburg. Call or text me if you've heard anyone thinking about talking about selling. And actually it got cut off there, but nevertheless. And then the other part is another way for people to, for you to give them easy ways to refer you business. Like you're making the referral process easier for them. And you're also you're giving them things to think about that get their reticular activating system working, right? Where they're actually subconsciously looking to find you business, right? They're like actively trying to find you other opportunities, right? So that would be number 2, or number 3 would be sending a physical mail piece monthly. Now, I send that I want to say it's $1 a person for that. Completely done, completely done. And I can tell you just from 5 or 6 months, I've already gotten exponential returns. I've probably gotten, I should keep better track, but I've gotten 3 or 4 people referred to me that are either 1 or 2 are already in escrow, and several more would have been if we weren't going through what we're going through, or will be in the very short term. So it's something that, let's say for $2,400 for the whole year, if you were sending it to 200 people, even if you're sending it for 100, $1,200 per year, it's money well spent. So that would be, and for those of you listening, you don't have to use that. It doesn't have to be the world's most interesting postcard, but I would get something physically in their hands each month. Maybe it's just a market update. Maybe if you're using KV Core, or you're using Top Producer or something, and you can easily pull up a market snapshot, or you're using Keeping Current Matters. They've got some great physical, like PDF collateral that you could use and mail them. Just send them something every month that keeps you top of mind. I like the world's most interesting postcard because it's fun and interesting. It stands out. They have to, they can't not read it because it's a postcard, They won't inadvertently throw it out, whatever. So that would be another thing. The next thing I would say would be a monthly email broadcast. Now, depending on how you may not have email for all of these people as you build out your Sphere spreadsheet. You may not have email for all of them. One service that I like, that's great, is called TruePeopleSearch.com. It's free. You can look people up by name, reverse phone lookup, or reverse address lookup, and the information's pretty accurate. Like I'll pull up mine. It's freakishly accurate in a lot of cases. Sometimes people don't show up, but that is my cell phone. This is my landline. This is a Google Voice number, I think, that I have. I mean, this is my physical address. That's my primary email. I don't remember ever having this email address, but maybe I did. This is an old email that I had. So the information's really good. Associated names, I'm not sure why that is associated. You might want to look that up. But it's a great free service. Spokio.com is another service. Now that one's not free. Yeah. That one's not free, but it's got some good data. I'm going to make a note on here for skip tracing, getting more info on folks. Let's see here. TruePeopleSearch.com and Spokio, and there are others as well. I mean, even whitepages.com, you can sometimes get some good data, free or low cost. Free or low cost. Stuart, what do you mean? Are you not using thanks postcards anymore? Oh yes, I'm still using. You mean thanks.io postcards? Yes. So that's another great one. So thanks.io. Is a great low cost postcard, and that will actually send letters as well now. Low cost postcard and letter marketing service. So a monthly email broadcast. It could be a broadcast, or here's what I did recently. I uploaded mine to KV Core, and one of the KV Core functionalities is market reports. It's got they're these cool looking reports. And so I set everyone up who I uploaded, which was like 180, 200 people, to get the market report for their zip code every 28 days. So it's just another touch point. And in most cases, now I had a couple people unsubscribe because technically they didn't opt in. And that's fine. nobody was mad at me or anything, and you can unsubscribe right in there. But coming up with another modality of touch point, I think is valuable. Number 5 would be, and these are in no particular order per se. I would say, birthday and house anniversary. I don't know, or house anniversary. Like if you help the person buy their home, sending them a card, whether, text, email, card, postcard, Facebook, video, message, whatever, just sending something. What I've now gotten into the practice of doing is every day, a part of my morning now, every day is I go to Facebook, and on your mobile device, it'll tell you, these are the people that have a birthday that you're friends with today. I click on them, I go to message, and I shoot them a little video message. Very simply, I say, hey, Abraham, just wanted to reach out and wish you a very happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're staying healthy and safe in all of this. And if there's anything in the world I can do to help you, let me know. Take care and be well. And I can guarantee this, not many people are getting video messages on their birthday. Lots of people are writing on their timeline, and lots of people may even, well, not lots of people, a few small handful might still send them an actual card. But another way that I've done it a little bit unique too, before I started into these videos, is just texting them, right? Because everybody's saying that on Facebook, so it's you're just kind of in the same noise with everybody else. Just doing something to stand out a little bit. I keep plugging KV Core, but it's what I use and what I like. They have built-in functionality to send an automatic text on their birthday or house anniversary, and you can manipulate that. Mm-hmm. But Facebook, it's easy, and it takes, even if, like, I have 5,000 friends. Even with that many, like, I get through that in a couple of minutes a day, because you can't even make the messages very long. They have to be short. And virtually everyone responds. Some people respond more, it's more lengthy than others. But virtually everyone responds. And it's not, we're not asking them for business, right? We're just being friendly, just trying to do something nice and cool for them.
All right.
Crystal, do you wish happy birthdays to everyone if you've worked to build up to 5,000? I do, Crystal. Here's what I'm finding. It's never more than 10 or 12 in a day. Does that math work? That math doesn't seem to work, but maybe I just haven't hit well, first of all, not everyone has their birth date in their Facebook.
Yeah.
That's why the math is working out that way. The other thing it's doing, what's that?
Most ladies don't.
Right. Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know if there's a way to just put the day, like not the full date. I don't know. But the other thing for me that this has done is it's a good way to clean up my friends list, because I've been on Facebook since like 2006 or 7. And, I've been, Facebook marketing. I've built up a lot of friends and followers, more so out of longevity than anything else. So when I go through the birthdays every day, invariably every day, I'm unfriending some folks who I don't know how it's, some of them I'm like, I don't even know why I'm friends with this person to begin with. And others, if I don't really have mutual friends, or like, in some cases they're just bringing a lot of negativity, like whatever reason, it's a daily sort of reminder that, helps me clean that up. And it opens up more spots for me to strategically, maybe go find some other local influencers that I can friend up, or other realtors that might be referral partners. So it's a great daily activity that isn't necessarily only for your sphere, but I think it's definitely really productive. So that's another thing I would definitely add into the mix. And then what what kind of got me thinking along this matchmaker market making Monday idea is Dean Jackson has this concept where every Monday look at.
I'm on a call. I'm on a call.
All working from home. It's all good.
Yeah. I'm kind of in an open bullpen here, so people constantly coming through.
All good. All good. Is looking at what clients you're working with. And this is, obviously it's a little bit unique right now because, like for me, I can't be physically out showing clients, but I do have some, like I picked up new clients this weekend who are interested in buying a home and doing what I kind of already mentioned, but every Monday, earmarking that day as your matchmaker or market making day, where you're looking at who am I showing houses to, or who is actively looking to buy or sell, that I can then strategically using my Google map or just my even, thinking strategically, who do I know in that area so that you can have that communication. Like I had already said earlier, hey, hey, Bill, this is Josh. Hope you and the family are staying healthy and safe with everything that's going on. I'm reaching out because I'm working with some clients. I'll just throw out Logan and Natalie. These are new clients that I picked up this weekend who are in my sphere and who the stuff I'm talking about is the reason why they ended up reaching out to me on Facebook. So I'm working with clients, Logan and Natalie. They're looking for X. Have you heard anyone talking about selling? And just having that, those kind of conversations. And that can happen through text, through phone, through email, through Facebook Messenger, whatever modality is most convenient for you, or whatever modality you may have recently had a conversation with those folks as well. The point being creating that habit of every Monday looking for those opportunities. And depending on if you've got a team or if you work in an office where you work collaboratively and you've got sort of an understanding of leveraging each other's listings and so forth, to get into the practice of finding out who they're working with. Maybe you're not actively working with anybody right now, but you've got someone else in the office that is, and you can leverage that story into a conversation. The other way to do that is if a property just sold in that area. It's at least a reason to have a conversation. Hey, hey, Bill, it's Josh with EXP. Hope you and the family are staying healthy and safe in all of this. I don't know if you saw this, but your neighbor down the road, they just sold their property. And there was multiple offers on the property, which means, that there are still interested buyers in the neighborhood. Have you had any thoughts about selling, or have you heard anyone who's been talking about selling? So just having a strategic conversation around those stories or events or things that are already occurring, versus just the kind of like, generic reason for reaching out, right? Which is what a lot of people are end up resorting to de facto or whatever. So why don't I open it up? If you have any questions, I want to monitor the comments and so forth. That's kind of the main points that I had that are at least coming top of mind for me right now.
Right.
Baby landing pages. So watch. Watch if you get unfriended as a happy birthday gift. Yeah. Let's see. Where do you? Oh, so the birthday video, Stuart. I can't show. Well, I can. I can sort of show. I'm gonna stop screen share so we can get. Let's see. Oh, stop share. So if you go on Messenger, you can do this on a desktop too. And in fact, on a desktop, you can make a longer video. But on your mobile device, if you go to Messenger and you click the camera and you tap this, it starts recording. Oh, no, sorry. You have to hold it. You have to hold it. And you have this blue bar that's going. And once it hits there, it'll stop, and then you can choose to send it or not. And I think it's probably like 15 seconds is the max, but you
Yeah,
can
it's
send
15.
longer ones. 15.
Yeah,
You can send
send
longer.
30-second voices if you want, like little voicemail.
Okay, so 30, you can do 30-second voice. If you don't want to be on camera, even a voice message is still being unique and different. The other thing that is potentially very useful for, but can get a little cumbersome, is using those Stuart or others or Abraham with the with marketplace conversations. So when you're getting messages from people in the marketplace, you can use those audio or video messages as well. Now, if you're getting dozens of people, it may be cumbersome to continually be sending those messages. Right. But in some cases, it's shorter and easier. Like, if you're just going to record a video that says, if they say, is it still available? And you say, yeah, it is. Just curious, what area are you looking to purchase in? Right. It also, again, it stands out because it's different and unique. Like, how many voice messages are they getting in Facebook on a daily or regular basis, or how many video messages? Not many, right? And then on the desktop, it works like bomb video, kind of, where you can record a longer video. Like I sent. So what happened this weekend? This Logan and Natalie, they sent me a Facebook message, and I sent them a video message back. So video messages. I'm a little all over the place here, but I'm using video messages like crazy since all of this started happening, this pandemic stuff started happening. I was using it a little bit, but now I'm using it a ton because it humanizes and just, yeah, I mean, it just makes you more relatable, personable, and it's really hard to ignore, right? I mean, if you send somebody a video message, it's hard for them not to respond, even if the response is like, leave me alone. I mean, whatever, which I haven't gotten a single person that's done that. But I just think it's, I don't know. It's a great way to rise above the noise of other messages that may be getting, to make yourself more humanizing or humanize yourself. And it's also going to improve your video skills, right? If you're sending a couple of video messages a day, you're naturally going to get better. And you can always, if you don't like the way it looks, you don't have to send it, right? Like, it doesn't automatically send your video message. You have to record it and then hit send. So you can always redo it or whatever the case may be.
Just a quick question, Josh, on that marketplace thing.
Yeah, fire away. Absolutely.
Are you building that through your business page or your personal page? Because I built one. Building
what through?
The ad. Because I put the ad, like as you showed in the video, I put an ad together, but I did it to my Abraham Rye Realtor business page instead of my personal page. So whenever I'm getting my messages, one person so far reached out, but it goes to my ad manager as a chat instead of like my messenger. You know what I mean? Because on your phone you can look at any messages, because I've run like ad campaigns in the past where people can reach out to me, and it's through a different platform on the app. It's not necessarily through Messenger, like you and I would communicate on Messenger.
Yep. So
yeah, go ahead.
Two things to that. One, if you download the Facebook Pages app,
that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, the Facebook Pages app, you can the Messenger functionality is almost the same, but that's how you can message on the phone. I have found that you get way more responses when you post it as your personal profile. The marketplace ads.
Right.
The marketplace ads.
I'll try that with it.
Yeah, well, the drawback to that is, then you got all these personal messages. You have all these messages that coming into your personal profile. However, Facebook it puts it in a different folder once you get to a certain point. Like it's a like when I go to Facebook, my Facebook Messenger, it's under
The
like it's got its own folder
Oh, yeah.
that says
So a
marketplace.
subfolder. Yep. Makes sense.
Yep. A, and B, like you get more responses, and like I just don't, this is all about building relationships and getting into conversations. So you can once you get to a certain point, you can get them in your CRM, you can get them moved over. What I have found to work going into Business Messenger is, there are ways you can run ads that function similarly, and that can work like gangbusters. But the best free methodology for it is posting the ad from your personal profile
Marketplace. Okay.
and interacting with people in your personal Facebook Messenger. My experience is you get way more people that respond that way. It can still work. People will still respond through your Facebook page, your business page, but just not as many as my experience.
Okay. I'll try it that way, because I did it only through the business page so far. I didn't run an ad, like the $1 ad, but I posted it through market. And I got, likes and whatnot, but didn't get that much conversation started, I guess. One person went back and forth, almost to the last question. Because I tried to pass her off the lender.
Oh, okay.
She dropped. At that point, she dropped, but she answered all the way through to that point in the question process.
Well, I would ask you and everybody else commenting, did we miss anything when it comes to strategically, referral and sphere? One thing I'll add to this list that you actually mentioned would be, client events. Now, obviously, in-person events
not yet, but
are not on our radar screen yet. But you could do a virtual happy hour.
Have you heard about people doing this like cafe, like open for, like you have a cup of coffee and you're, sitting there drinking for like an hour. My cafe is open. If you want to join me for a cup of coffee for an hour.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
Like from noon to 1, I'll answer any questions, pop into the chat group or whatever. That type of thing.
That's cool. And you could do that as a watch party.
Yeah, watch party would be.
Which Facebook is getting, they're putting some weight behind. So it means that you're potentially going to reach more people that way.
My only problem is
I love that.
Old people from like your high school would like get on there and like start harassing you. It'd be like, okay, stop calling. Like
yeah,
old
I guess that could be.
Because they're bored, obviously sitting at home right now. So who knows what could happen. It's kind of like.
But if you're doing it with Zoom, you can boot them. Like do if you're the admin. Now that it still would be awkward and uncomfortable, but you could.
Facebook would be my concern, like doing that, because people would just
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
They cross some past people that you don't remember from your past.
Yeah. All right, some other comments, and I don't see any questions, but I wanted to throw this out. John says, I must be crazy. I was out videoing vacant homes this weekend at -15 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but either way, that's cold. When is it going to warm up here in Alberta? Golly, how is it that cold still there?
Wow,
good
70
for you.
degrees here.
Yeah, good for you for getting out. Lisa said there are birthday landing pages. I'm not sure. That's interesting. All right. Any other questions or comments, thoughts, or ideas for the good of the order? Either Abraham from you or from anybody.
No, looks like I got some organizing to do here.
Yeah. So I mean, here's the thing. The building the worksheet, it does take some time and effort. There's no doubt. Like it can be a grueling process. But I cannot tell you how valuable that asset has been for me anyway. And once you have it, like the majority of it, then you can just kind of add people as, you think of somebody that you hadn't thought of before, or you meet somebody new, or you have you close on another transaction, so you need to add somebody to your client list, right? Your past client list, those kind of things. Like, getting the thing built to a tipping point is the hard part initially, but then once you've got it, it's easy. It becomes a lot easier to manage and add to it and so forth. So,
Cool.
well, man, I appreciate you.
No, I
you
appreciate
volunteering.
you. All we've done, I think I touched base with you many years ago, maybe like when you first started Client Alchemist way back in the day.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I didn't remember that.
Well, probably was just a name in a database at that point. But there, nice to meet you in person.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore. And you will get it. You'll get a Facebook video message whatever day your birthday is.
I'll look forward to it. It's much later. Hopefully this will all be over by then.
Yeah. Okay. Amen to that. So anybody listening, thank you. If you have any additional questions or thoughts or ideas to add to this list, let me know. And then moving forward, most of these Matchmaker Mondays are going to be digging deeper on a specific concept on this list here. So I don't know what we'll do next Monday, but we'll take one of these and kind of dig a little bit deeper on it, maybe give some specific examples of the idea in action so that you can then model it and take action. But the action item for all of you from this is, if you don't have your past client or your top 150 or sphere of influence, whatever you want to call that list, and I guess sphere and past client are two different things, but having those in a, actually building those out in spreadsheet format that you have, that you can pull up at any time, getting them onto a Google map like we showed last week, and then getting strategic about orchestrating more referrals from those folks in a way that's not, we're not hounding them, we're not badgering them, we're not begging them for business. We're just very cool, in a cool and calm, collected manner, just trying to see if you can help them, if they've heard of anybody, that kind of stuff. So right on. I appreciate you volunteering. Appreciate everybody. We had a great crowd today, tons of comments and engagement. So that I'm always appreciative for, and we'll let everybody get to work building out their database spreadsheet.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you. Take care.